How in the world did I end up with Tracy's big autumn leaf quilt here in Idaho? I don't know. However, you're going to have to watch the video to find out. And I'm going to talk to you about binding. In fact, I'm going over in detail my binding hack that has made such a difference in my quilting life and everybody who tries it. You've got to try it too. Hi, I'm Di with Sister Chicks Quilting, and welcome to my channel. Do you love sneak peeks? I know I do. I get so excited, I can't stand it. Sometimes I just have to know what's going on, and I break the surprise. Today you're going to get a sneak peek of all the incredible door prizes, maybe a few swag bag items, but I don't know about that. I like to keep those secret, and I can keep that secret. But of all the wonderful door prizes that are going to be drawings at my quilt retreat, Sister Chicks Quilt Retreat in Albion, Idaho. And it's in less than 2 weeks. Like, I know. While pinning these two pieces together looks like a pretty simple task, there's a lot of matching to do. I started first by giving myself 10 extra inches. So this is going to be a massive pinning job. I'll have to go back and pin in between all of the pins that I have because there's this line right here. Looks like I have a morning cutout for me just to match this fabric before I can even sew it together. Do you all recognize this quilt? This is going to be a drawing prize from Tracy and me because I'm actually quilting it and I will be binding it. It will be one of the door prizes at my quilt retreat. Anyway, if you want to see Tracy make it, I'm going to put a link to her video down below. But in the meantime, what would you quilt a giant maple leaf with? Any clues? Well, I am going to quilt it with maple leaves. Can't wait to show you the backing. I have it matched up pretty well. Well, hold it. Here's the backing right here. Isn't this going to be a fun backing? And it really matched well. This will turn out to be a darling quilt, and I'd like to thank Tracy from the Sewing Channel for donating it. Check out this quilt since it's been quilted. Isn't this gorgeous? Do you love the texture? And I can't wait to show you the back and the binding that I'm going to use. I'll show you the binding when it's in my sewing room and I'm putting it on. But that texture is absolutely beautiful on this. Thank you, Tracy from the Sewing Channel, for donating this as a door prize to my retreat. It may be a little bit upside down. It is in my machine, so you're only seeing a part of it right now. You know, she just did not have time to finish it, so she sent me the top and I quilted it. This is what I put on the back. It blends very nicely with this plaid that she has on the outside. So I've had this in my shop and people see it and they get so excited. He says, wow, what are you doing with that quilt? It's such a fun, easy pattern to make, and I will put a link to Tracy's video below this video so you can see how she made it. But I'm binding it right now, and I wanted to show you what I chose to bind it with. I was originally going to do the backing because it was light, it blends well with this plaid. It's going to go and pick up all of the burgundies in the leaf. So I am just going to sit here and bind this while I talk to you. I'm sewing the binding on the back side of the quilt at the 1/4 inch mark on my machine. I am using burgundy thread in the top. I have a white bobbin in. Not really a white, it's actually a creamy pearl bobbin. When you machine sew a binding, right next to the binding on the other side, on the back side, there is going to be a little line of thread. And if you're sewing 2 threads of burgundy thread, one of them will be on the back, right? I don't think you really want that. It's just not going to be cool to see this burgundy thread going wah, wah. I thought there is a bunch of burgundy all the way around this leaf. Why don't I do it in a burgundy? And I happen to have this burgundy piece of fabric. Let me show it to you here in my stash. What do you think of that? It looks better. I'm going to show it to you when it's finished, but this is the same value as this orange, whereas the light originally was not the same value. That's good because it is the same value. They play well in the sandbox. Would you like to see me make a corner? Let me change the camera. I think I can show you so you can see me make a corner with my binding hack. And this is what makes all of my bindings perfect. Here you go. I'm just about up to this corner and I'm going to show you how I do it. I'm going to go to about 1/4 of an inch, right about this line here. I'll lay the pin down on it and I'm just going to come over and pin this in place so I know where to stop. I'm right at the pin, so I'll pull it out. I'm going to pivot and sew right off the corner. So as you can see, the stitch, it looks like this. And actually you can see it a little bit because I have white thread or that pearl thread on the back. This is how I do it. Pay close attention and I'll show you the magic. We're going to fold this one over and finger press this 45-degree angle. The entire time we're going to make sure that this raw edge is contiguous with the raw edge of the quilt. So you want one line like that. Then you want to fold it back. Now in the old days, we folded it back and did not leave a little extra piece. I flipped it over quickly because I want to show you the little extra piece. It doesn't line up with this. It goes over that. To see how much it goes over, you want it even on both sides like that. It's not quite an 1/18 of an inch, but it's a little tiny bit, right? So I'm going to pin that down. And what this does, this little extra piece is going to compensate. So this little tiny piece hanging off, that's not a 1/4 of an inch. Maybe it's an 1/8 of an inch, but I don't know. I think it's not quite an 1/8 of an inch. Is going to compensate. This little loop of fabric will compensate for the roll over when you put it to the top. That is going to cover up the bottom layer, the top layer, and the batting in between. So that is the compensation rule. And ever since I've been doing that and giving my bindings that bit of compensation, oh my gosh, they go on perfectly. That's the magic binding hack. Now I'm going to finish this. And while I finish this, I'm going to tell you about my sweet little customer that I quilt for. And what she wants me to do is just sew on her bindings on the one side of her quilt. She folds them over and she really enjoys binding by hand. She's been coming to this little extra piece and she's been cutting it off and struggling with the corners. And when I took a quilt to her the other day, I said, oh, let me show you this. And she was so surprised. She goes, that's what that is. Oh my goodness. Thank you for telling me. It's so darling. I've been cutting that off. And the bindings don't quite fit. So That's my story and I'm sticking to it. I'm going to join these two pieces of binding in just a second here, and I will have this done. Just kind of ignore all of this hair from the binding. It's what you have to do. And let me show you what I'm going to do. There's several ways to join the binding. I'm going to do it the old-fashioned way, and this is it. I'm going to cut the bottom binding, so the stitching goes from here to about here. Got it? And I'm going to cut the binding about right in the middle, just straight off like so. Then I'm going to save this binding or use the end of this binding as my measuring tool. I'm going to lay it right here with the raw edge going right to the end. I'm going to lay the top binding coming down over this. Remember, the other binding ends here and this one's here. So what I'm cutting is exactly 2.5 inches of overlap. And I'm cutting it off, and I'm doing an Eleanor Burns and throwing that away. I'll pick it up later. So I have these two bindings that overlap. And what you do is from the same direction, I'm going to fold them together. Fold this one like this, and I'm going to open this one up in the same direction, and they're gonna go like that. I'm gonna flip them over at 90 degrees. So again, bindings are all about the angles, guys. And this is where I'm going to sew it on an angle like that. And it's gonna come out perfect. So there's a lot of easy join methods. Some people prefer the easy join methods. I'm just doing this one. I'm going to test my product right here by pulling it tight, and guess what? It's gonna be even. It's gonna be all on the same side. So I'm going to take this extra fabric because it's going to be easier to work with it if it's pinned up and tamed a little bit. So I'm going to put a pin in and pin it in place so all of this bulk is out of the way, and I can work just on this piece right here. Pull out my trusty ruler and mark it up like so with a heat erasing pen. And this is just, I need to order more of these, really, I do. Look, I'm using it without the barrel because I'm lazy. So there's my line. So I want it a little closer to the edge. So I'm adjusting it. And then I'm going to sew it right on that line that I drew, pulling out my pins as I go along. Pretty slick, right? I'm gonna test it one more time, just because I do not want to make a mistake. Pulling it tight, and that's how you test it. See, it fits. It's all laying flat. Then I'm going to cut this piece off. And I could take it to my ironing table, but I'm not gonna. This is my favorite tool to use in this place, and that is my trusty roller. And this will roll seams open like so. It works really nice if you have it on a hard surface like I do. And it's just kind of like pressing it. Look at that. Folding it flat. I'm going to finish sewing this binding, and the binding will be all done on the top. Isn't that the coolest? The binding is all sewn on the back of this quilt. All I have to do is flip it over. Now, if you want to press here, feel free to press. You can press here and press this down flat, but you know what? I never do. I just do it. I just fold it over. I'm using the back of my fingers like this. I'm pulling it and folding it over like that. And if you sew it on at 1/4 inch, it is going to give you plenty of space to sew and cover up the seam line on this side. Shall I give it a go and see if I've got it right? The whole purpose of this video was to show this amazing quilt that Tracy has donated. And I tell you, I appreciate her so much. She really wanted to come to my retreat. We can't always do everything we always want to do. I appreciate the fact that she was willing and just couldn't get it together. I'm not throwing her under the curb. I'm not throwing her to the curb. She could get it together. It's just, we've got a lot of traveling to do this year, and this retreat, you know, wasn't a super priority. And by the way, April is not going to be at my retreat either, because she's going to be going to Ireland. And I don't know if you know it or not, but April has a job. It's a pretty sweet gig. She gets to work from home. She could not get off work to fly out to Idaho and to take a tour to Ireland. Now I'm at a corner, and I'm going to break my thread, pull it over here, and show you how I do a corner on the right side, because this is, remember, the binding hack that has this extra piece, and this is the extra piece right here. See that? I always fold mine this way, guys. Every binding that I have ever done is this way. Let's get any extra threads out of the way so you guys can see. Okay. The first thing I do is start from the bottom here, but it might be the top for you. And I pull it out, fold it over, and clip it down. I find that using binding clips on these corners is much easier than pins. Pins always stick me anyway. And then if you take a look, there's your beautiful binding laid on very nice and straight. I lay it like that, and I use my finger. I'm pulling it up this way, and I'm pushing it or wrapping it around my finger. I want it to come up all the way. I work on this bottom part first. Then I take a stiletto or a seam ripper, and I use it as like an iron. I press down right here and fold this over. And when you do, I'm going to pop a clip on it. Can you see that perfect corner? It's going to need another clip right here. Can you see that perfect corner? Isn't that a beaut? Then I sew it down and I'm done. Now, look at that. Oh, fun, huh? On the bottom, I've got pearl cotton, pearl white thread. And on the top, I've got a dark burgundy. Here I go. And I'm going to start up a little bit higher and do just one stitch back stitch. And I'm going to use, there's a little bit of a pucker here. I don't think you can see it, I'm sorry. But I'm going to use my seam ripper stiletto. This one is a double seam ripper. The other one is a seam ripper stiletto, and it's actually in another room right now. But I'm going to lay this down and sew it. Now when I come to this point, because I've removed my clip, I'm taking my seam ripper that I'm using as a stiletto and dropping it right on top of that. Perfect. Turning that corner and sewing it down on the same track as I was before. And I am just about done, so I will show you the whole quilt. It's done. Look at that corner. It's a thing of beauty, right? Let's look at it on the other side. Right here, my thread went a little deep, and I put a few pieces of white thread on top of the red binding. It's just my love signature, right? But mostly this pearl white thread goes along here right next to the binding all the way around the quilt. And frankly, you don't even see it because I've matched the back of the quilt. And on this side, all you see is the red thread. Do you want to see the entire quilt? I am going to say, ta-da! Isn't this a fun quilt? I would like to thank Tracy from the Sewing Channel for donating it. And I would like to thank myself and Michelle, my partner, for finishing it. We all deserve an Oscar. Just kidding. This is going to be one of the prize drawings at my retreat. I'm super excited to give this prize away, as well as all the other prizes that I have. You know, I feel so blessed that so many companies have faith in me and are willing to donate prizes. Would you all like to see the prizes that are being donated to my retreat? And you're going to be jealous you're not coming. Now, I do have a ticket left. If you want it, all you've got to do is email me or go to my website and buy it, all right? I would love you to take the spot, but we have a lot of prizes. Let me go through them with you. Yes, this beautiful prize right here, this beautiful quilt. Here's the backing, quilted by Sister Chicks herself and sewn and designed by Tracy from the Sewing Channel. I think it's going to be a hit. I know several people that have been in my shop are like oohing and awing over it already. And then I tell them what it's for and they go, oh my gosh, you're kidding. But do you see something under this quilt? You do. Let me show you. What do you think of this beautiful quilt? Isn't it gorgeous? It is so pretty. Guess what? It's a prize at my quilt retreat. Yes, one of my favorite companies, My Fabric Addiction, has donated this beautiful quilt kit. It's a pre-cut kit and it's including the backing. Are you kidding me? She is giving the pre-cut quilt kit and the backing. One of the lucky retreaters is going to win this quilt kit. I'm super excited to give it away. Will it be you? If you're coming, it might be. Guess what? She is feeling very generous. She not only donated this quilt, I feel like Bob Barker on The Price is Right. She donated this adorable quilt kit. Oh my gosh, so cute. This is perfect for anybody who sews. Isn't this cute with the spools and the scissors and the darling little flowers? So she has donated this quilt as well. And the backing comes with this quilt too. Are you kidding me? This is going to be so much fun giving these away. And I really want to thank myfabricaddiction.com for donating these. But wait, there's more. She's also got a wonderful prize in the swag bags. And I'd tell you, but I'd have to shoot you. Come on, I've got to have one mystery surprise, right? So I'm super excited about that. Let me share with you a few other companies that are donating prizes for the drawing at my quilt retreat. See this set? I think it's a 4.5, a 3.5 inch, and a 2.5 set of trim lock rulers. And these are designed and made by So Be It Quilts. I love these. You see them in a lot of my videos, and I have to tell you, so many of you have bought these already, but if you haven't bought them and happen to have a ticket to my retreat, you could win them because Fallon from So Be It Quilts has generously donated 2 sets of 3. So there will be 2 drawings for these wonderful trim lock rulers. I'm telling you, I love, love, love them. Guess what she has just designed? And if you haven't seen it, you need to go to So Be It Quilts and see her new video because she designed a template for half triangle rectangles. What? I'm buying the whole set. They are great. And I don't know, maybe at my next retreat, we'll be giving away the HRTs. Always with tongue twister for me, but with hers, they make it so easy. And these are the coolest. They have rubberized bottoms so your fabric doesn't move and you twist them around and trim. I love my trim locks. I have the entire set from little to big. So how many of you buy your batting from Linda's Electric Quilters in Texas? I do. I love my batting. Did you know on those big 30-yard rolls, they don't charge shipping? Oh, are you kidding me? I love Corey and Diane at Linda's Electric Quilters, and they have generously donated 2 drawing prizes for my quilt retreat. And, oh my gosh, they also are putting something in the swag bags. And again, I can't tell you what it is or I'd have to shoot you because I want at least one surprise. So this is Poppy Cotton's Kitty Loves Candy. It's some of the most adorable Halloween fabric. In fact, I'm making a Halloween quilt for little Miss Hazel. And, oh guys, this is in it, and I really wanted to keep one of these for myself. But no, if you're at my retreat, you watch. I'm going to give 2 of them away. Thank you to Linda's Electric Quilters out of Texas. If you don't buy your batting from them, you better start because they've got it. They have all kinds of quilting supplies. You would love that store. You know about the quilt that Tracy has donated. I don't have this yet. It's being shipped here. April from April's Craft Room has donated a jelly roll, and it's Love Notes by Lila Boutique. Everybody loves Lila Boutique's fabrics, and she is donating a jelly roll with all of these in it. So some lucky retreater is going to win that. Thank you, April Story. You were my first collab buddy on YouTube. I feel like we become like sisters. Tracy, I feel like you're my stepmom. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I love both of you dearly. But thank you for donating this, April. I appreciate you so much. Oh, speaking of April, and I'm not going to show you, but you'll see it in the pictures. Did you know she has a t-shirt business? I know, right? Well, she has printed my t-shirts for the retreats. I designed them, emailed it to her, and she and her friend Sherry have a wonderful business. She's printing the t-shirts. They're being shipped out. I should have them probably Monday, I think. And am I going to show you? No, because if I would, I'd have to. Did you say it? Shoot ya. So we're not going to show you that, but you'll see them at the retreat. I'm so super duper excited about them because this is my first retreat with t-shirts, and oh, they're cute. There's another YouTube quilter out there that I really appreciate, and that is the Opinionated Quilter. You know what? My week does not start until I watch Maureen, the Opinionated Quilter, give her opinion. She is great. She's a fantastic quilter. And she owns a store called Quilter's Heaven. And look what she sent me. Can you believe it? There's like 18 pieces of batiks in here. Some of them are over 2 yards. Some of them are 1 yard. Some of them are half yards. But she has put together this beautiful stack. All I know is it's bloody heavy, and I'm probably going to drop it if I hold it with one hand. But this is from her store called Quilter's Heaven in Northbrook, Illinois. And if you don't watch Maureen's channel, The Opinionated Quilter, it's pretty entertaining. Plus, she does giveaways every week. She gives away something and sends off fabric or quilting notions to some lucky quilter, or I should say some lucky viewer. So I want you to check my friend Maureen out from The Opinionated Quilter. Isn't that a cool prize? I'm just so excited about all of them. The Warm Company has donated. Someone's going to get a lovely box of all kinds of batting, including the 2.5-inch roll for the jelly roll rugs. That's going to be very cool. Thank you, Warm Company. I love your 100% cotton batting. You're the best. They're also putting something in each swag bag. And you know what? I have to tell you, but you're right. I have to shoot you. Juki Junkies. It's being shipped. Juki Junkies has donated a golden ticket for their website for you to spend $150. Can you believe it? On their website. You can use it towards a sewing machine. You can buy parts for your Juki, or you can buy a new Juki, or I heard word on the street that their fabric store called Gigi's Fabrics is going to merge with Juki Junkies. I'm talking about their websites. They're going to merge. So you will be able to buy fabric at Juki Junkies. So you can hang on to it and in a couple of months go fabric shopping. Ah, what's not to love? Who would not want to win $150? Thank you, Juki Junkies. You are the best. I love the way you take care of me. I love my Juki. And you know what? I'm just a Juki girl living in a Juki world. I've got 3 Jukis. Thank you, Juki Junkies. Oh, and did I tell you? They're also putting something in the swag bags. I just can't tell you because if I did, I'd... Here's another company I work with that I adore. And that is this company, Caterpillar. You know what I'm holding here in my hands? I'm holding a self-healing mat. And you know, it's probably not going to do you very good, a small mat like this. But come on, you guys. Have some faith. This is their 5-in-1 flip and fold mat. I have it right here on my table. I use it all the time. It has like little puzzle pieces that fold it together. And really, after you use it a couple of times, you're not going to want to use another mat. It's a really good mat. I love the markings on it. I love the adaptability. It will go as big as 36 inches by 48 inches. Let me show you. And I thought it was really nice of Caterpillar to donate this. Oh, wait. They donated 3. So 3 retreaters at Sister Chick's Quilt Retreat are going to get a self-healing cutting mat from Caterpillar that has 5 different sizes you can use. I love them. I love this company. And, oh, did I tell you? They're also putting something in the swag bags. And you know what I'm going to say. So don't even ask because I don't want to be shooting anybody. My dear friend, Bev Behrens, I'm going to call her Bev the Bread Behrens because at my retreat, she makes the bread. We have fresh rolls, warm, fresh rolls at least once a day. And I know on Wednesday, on Italian night, when we have Blue Blocks lasagna, we're going to be eating Bev Behrens breadsticks, her Italian breadsticks. Oh my gosh, they're good. She is way into scrappy and she is so good at it that she has decided she's going through her stash and she is cutting a scrappy quilt kit and giving the directions for it. So you're getting a chance to win another pre-cut quilt kit. Only it's going to be a scrappy one. And I kind of know which one it is. Hint, I may have made it. I'm just taunting you. But Bev has decided she would like to donate that as a prize drawing. And I appreciate her so much. If you haven't met her, come to one of my quilt retreats. She is so wonderful. She's such a phenomenal quilter. And I was just so overtaken by her generosity when she said, I'm going to cut a quilt kit and donate it for your retreat. I'm super excited. Blue Block's talking about putting something together. She and I may do something together. I'm going to tell you one thing that's going to be in the swag bags because everybody knows what it is. This is an old one. It's a chick pin cushion and it's just full of pins because I use it all the time. But in each swag bag, you can always count on a Sister Chick's handmade collectible chick pin cushion. So that is going to be in there. And I want you to know that Sally's Back Porch Fabrics is putting something in the swag bag and Stacy's Fabric Stash. So I want you to know that Stacy's Fabric Stash, it's an online store and soon one day she's going to open up and have a brick and mortar store. But she is donating a fat quarter bundle and I've forgotten what it is, but I'm super excited. I know it's going to be an awesome fat quarter bundle. If you've never been to her store before, Stacy's Fabric Stash is online. She has some great products and she doesn't just have a couple of products. She has the full gamut. You're going to love it. But I'm super excited that she is donating a drawing prize And guess what? She's putting something in the swag bags. I think I've mentioned everybody on my list. I have. I just want you to know that this year, Riley Blake is sponsoring my chick pincushions. They donated the fabric for me to make them. And I'd like to thank Riley Blake for donating to my quilt retreat. The chick pincushions right now are all blind. I haven't sewn the eyes on them yet. And a few of them are still on their diet and they're super skinny. So I've got to stuff them. Those will be shown when we go live at the retreat. Two other things I want to show you. I have curated a couple of fabric bundles from my stash. And this is one of them. I'm going to be giving these out. It's burgundies and yellows. There is these colors on top, these colors on the bottom. It is, let's see, 1, 2, 3. It's about 4.5 yards of fabric from my stash. I'm donating 2 of these to the prize drawing. And then I have this adorable fat quarter bundle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them. It's Andover, what's it called? Oh, it's Andover 100 years, and I'm donating this 8-piece bundle. This is one of the swag bags. You don't get to see what's in it because I want something to be a surprise for the attendees, but we're planning on going live. I will definitely go live on Friday night, and I am going to be doing a drawing for one of my Sister Chicks t-shirts. I'm so excited. One lucky viewer is going to win a Sister Chicks Quilt Retreat t-shirt, which I'll be shipping out to you. I would like to take this time to thank all of the wonderful companies and YouTube viewers who have donated to my retreat to make it so successful. They are the best ever. And I've got one more thing I want to show you. It's not really to do with my retreat. It's last week's video. My granddaughter's quilt. Turn it right side up. Oh my gosh, remember? It's a twin extra long. Anyway, the binding's on. What do you think of the binding? Let me get a little closer. Don't you think it's adorable? I really love this binding. And this is how it looks on the other side. And here it is with that beautiful backing. I think this binding is perfect. I'm going to give this blanket a big hug because I'm going to send it to my granddaughter Jillian, who's away at college. She probably could use a big hug. We grandmas love to show a lot of love to our grandkids, don't we? Aren't they the greatest? I had to show you this quilt before I sent it off. I'm super excited about my quilt retreat coming up. It's going to be on the 3rd of September through the 6th of September. And there's still that one more ticket left. So anybody that wants to come, hop on my website or shoot me an email at sisterchicksquilting.com and we'll get you registered and on your way. I'm excited to see you all there. We are going to have a blast. Don't forget, we're going to go live on Thursday night of the retreat, which will be the 4th? I don't know. I think the 4th. I do want to thank someone who sent me 3 cups of herb tea. I really appreciate you. I love those of you that support my channel because it helps me create content like this. If you're watching my channel and haven't subscribed yet, I'd love it if you would subscribe. Hit that little subscribe button and ring the bell. That way you'll get notified when I post videos and we can hang out together all the time. Thank you so much for watching my channel and you have a great rest of the week. Bye.